Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host, Bub, and today we're going to get into an all DC haul for y'all. So let's make me small and get to that haul. Yo! All right. So what we got going on today is that we're working through our March order for MyComicShop.com. So this is the DC portion. We've got so much to go through. So this is going to be fun. We got first off, this first book was a book that was mentioned in our bondage stream. We had a one of our annual bondage cover showcase, and someone in the comments said, "Hey, you need to get this book. This book, I can't believe this got through." So here's the book. It's Batman Dark Detective: The Last Laugh, number 6 of 6. And check this out. I mean, this is like some golden age bondage here. I mean, that's pretty serious stuff. So you got this lady, right? And I don't know who that is. Maybe Black Canary. I really don't know who it is. But she's on the rack, right? And then you got some fishnet action, and you got the Joker who's gonna brand her with a hot J. And you got Batman swooping in the back. He's about to save her, we assume. But look at that. Isn't that something? I mean, you just don't see this kind of torture, not in DC. Now, if you want to talk about independence, independent books, yeah, all day. But to see that that's something. I mean, that's really a big deal there. So there you go, Batman Dark Detective. So I appreciate that fella. Go back to the last bondage showcase. We should be having another one of those pretty soon, though. All right, next up we got a modern book. We got Batman versus Bigby, A Wolf in Gotham, number 6, and I think this is 6 of 6. So I think this is the last book. I just picked up the A covers on these. I'm not giving them. It's already $3.99. I think the B covers were like $4.99. I'm not giving you $1 extra. You can forget that. I do like the first cover in this series. I was just a reader reading it, so I haven't read this one yet, so I don't know how the story ends, but I am going to read it, obviously. And after reading them so far, it was good, but I don't think it's a story I would keep rereading. But I really like the cover, the first issue cover and the A cover at that, so I'll be keeping that, and then the rest I'll probably put up for sale. There you go. And next we have Wonder Woman number 766. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's gorgeous. That's got to be a Joshua Middleton cover. That is so lovely. You can see. That's beautiful. I'm really digging that. So often when it comes to modern books, I'll look for something wrong with them. And I don't mean a condition flaw or manufacturing flaw. I mean, truly the art. I really am hard on modern books. I'm judging the art for the ones that are cover buys. Now that for the book I'm just reading, who cares what the cover looks like? I'm there for the story. But for cover buys, like this would be, I'm really looking for flaws in the art. And if I can find one, that's a reason not to buy that book. And I don't buy that book. And when someone else shows that book, I'm like, that's a cool book. But I know why I didn't buy it. It's because I don't like her leg or I don't like her hand in that. But when I look at this one, the neck is outstanding. The head position and posture is perfect. The outfit looks great. The hand is very well done. The hair looks good. The lasso has detail. It's not over proportionately drawn or anything like, silly. The boots look real. I mean, look at the sole on that. I mean, that's just fantastic. The thighs are well done. Just everything about this cover, I couldn't find a real flaw with it. So that meant it went on the buy list, even as a cover buy, even as a modern book. Couldn't find anything wrong with it. Had to buy it. So there you go. Wonder Woman 766. The variant cover, I believe Joshua Middleton. So now this next one, you guys may recall I was at Torpedo Comics in Vegas not too long ago. And there was a really cool shop, and I thanked them for letting me go in through. But there was one little incident. I don't call it really an incident, but there was one little thing that was weird to me. So they had in their wall of books, not in the vault that I showed off, but in their wall of books, they had a bunch of slabs. And I believe the whole point was that the slabs were to be, purchased. Like, when you go into the wall, into the vault, I'm not so sure that all those are really meant to be bought or purchased. That I don't know what the price is. Not even going to ask. But out in the rest of the area, they had slabs behind cases. They had this book, Superman Family, number 171. And it's a cool, you guys know I like catfight covers. This is kind of a pre-catfight cover, but still, I'll take it. It's close enough, and I just think it's got good composition. I love all of them cheering on in the background. Special guest star issue with Supergirl and Batgirl clash with Cleopatra, Queen of America. Queen of America? Oh my gosh. You got all those guys cheering. It's just a really neat cover. I really like it. Well, they had this book slabbed in a PGX of all things, and I'm not knocking PGX. I happen to really like PGX cases, and I think if you're going to have a book that, especially if you've witnessed a signature, so for all signed books that you witnessed personally, and for all books in your collection that even after grading and slabbing are still worth less than $100, I think that's what PGX is there for, personally, because I don't think that the resale value is really there. But if it's a PC book and it's after grading and everything, it's still just worth less than $100, then why am I going to spend $30 to grade that thing? It's not worth it to me. Just to have it in a CGC or a CBCS case, I think it looks better. I really like the PGX cases. I like the PGX labels, and I don't really care about the grade because it's for a PC. So I'm really just trying to present it and have it look nice in the case, kind of like a frame. And at that point, anytime you can get a comic frame for under $20, you're doing pretty good. And to have all the information at the top, I like that. So anyway, I like their case, I like their presentation, and if I'm ever going to sell a PGX book or a book that I've had graded by PGX, I'm going to crack it first and sell it raw. And at under $100, what have I really wasted? $20? No big deal. I could probably get that back if it was a good investment. So there you go. That's my reasoning. But anyway, that aside, they had a PGX case of this book, and it was low grade, like relatively. It was like a 7.0 or something. My memory's getting fuzzy, so somebody at Torpedo Comics called me up. Oh, you got that wrong. Whatever. It wasn't high grade. It wasn't anything above an 8.5. So I was like, okay. And then, so I was thinking, yeah, I'll buy that book. It's pretty cool. I can say that I bought a slab at Torpedo Comics or something, whatever. And I figured it would be like $30, $40. And all I have to say is triple digits. That's all I have to say. You can fill in the blank, whatever that was, but a mid-grade, triple-digit price tag on this on a slab of this book, I was like, I ain't doing that. So I went to MyComicShop.com and I bought this book for, I want to say it was like $4 or $5. So I don't know where they were getting their. I mean, it looked pretty, and it was probably a better copy than this book. I mean, this isn't a 7.5. I'd say this is probably a 4.5 because it's square bound, so the spine's a little jacked up. I'd say it's probably a 4.5. So I mean, it was a higher grade than this book, but triple digits for this, nothing key about it. There's nothing, no spec on this thing, and it was in a PGX case. So I don't know whatever. I think if you have a book and it's in a PGX case and you've got over a $100 price tag on it, you should crack that sucker and sell it raw if you really think it's worth that. But whatever. Kudos still to Torpedo Comics. Had a great shop. Loved everything they had there. And I saw this book there, and that inspired me to buy it, even though it was somewhere else. So I thank him for that too. And, hey, shop prices. There could be somebody that just loved that book, so you just never know. All right, next up, we got Superman number 298. And this book is just like, I love this book. So I've been after a good copy of this book for a long time. And I'll tell you why. Excuse me. Because this book has a lot going on. Look at the top banner. We'll get into the actual book in a minute, but look at this top banner. See that Superman there? He's almost always cut off. Either his feet are cut off or his hand is cut off by the cut of the book. And to get this banner across and still have the comics code inside, the whole Superman logo, because it comes close to that edge too. This book is often miscentered. So to get the whole thing, I was super pleased with that. Says, Clark Kent, I am so glad you finally realized the world can get along without Superman. And look, this cover is bananas. So you got a plane crashing in the building. This poor guy's getting shot in the back with a Tommy gun. My gosh. You see that train? Whoops. It's going off the tracks. Look at that. Train off the tracks. Cars flipping over. People falling to their death out of that train. Anything else going on? I think. Oh, and this building's on fire. Lest we forget that. And I'm pretty sure that's either Lois or Lana because it's got LL. So it's some kind of Lang or Lane. But look, isn't that cover bananas? It's got a little spot there I'll have to work on. And maybe I can press it out, but it'll still have that white spot. So it's not a perfect copy of the book. But to get this here and all that in there, I just think it's great. A nerve-tingling novel. Clark Kent, get out of my life. It's so crazy. So Superman gives it up for a woman. And look, it's just, and I'm digging the boots. Look at her boots. And her little outfit is so cute. This kind of stuff. You guys, you got your Marvel fans. You got your independent fans. I'm a fan of all of it. But look at this. I mean, you're not going to get this close. The level of camp that DC puts into their stuff is off the charts, especially in this age. And it just looks fantastic. Superman number 298. What a great book. Well, I think I'll send it to PGX to get it slabbed. What do you think? See, that's how it works. All right. Next up, we got Catwoman number 60. Adam Hughes killing it on this. Now I'm getting real picky with these because I've got so many Adam Hughes comics now that I'm getting real picky. Loving that, whipping the gun. I think Catwoman looks freaking awesome. The only time I think Catwoman looks good with short hair is when Adam Hughes is drawing her. But man, that Black Canary has got a butter face from way back. Check that out. Oh, that's terrible. I mean, the rest of it's not so bad. But her face. Whew. So Adam Hughes giving Canary the butter face. And really it's because Adam Hughes only has one face for most of his art. And he already used it on Catwoman. So Canary gets the B face. Not so great. So there you go. Catwoman number 60. I really wanted it. I still might keep it because, man, if I could just do that. Oh, it's so good. We'll see. All right, next we have Catwoman number 69. And the front of it, that's not great. But the background art is killer. You've got Man-Bat and Joker and Ra's al Ghul. And look at Two-Face. Mr. Freeze. It just goes on and on. Nice little Poison Ivy pin up there. It's super cool. I assume she's in the Batcave. And she's, freaking out. But that's really cool. The whole composition of it is very inventive and very cool. And it's really cool cover. So kudos Adam Hughes, Catwoman 69, really doing some good work. And this is the keeper, folks. This book is the one that when I was picking up this Adam Hughes run, is one of the last ones I've been able to pick up. There's still one or two that I really want that I don't have. But this book, number 80. Oh, I love it. Look at her crawling up the wall there. The pearl necklace. Don't think that's lost on me. Look at that. The composition and the angle that's done on it. It's just fantastic. It reminds me a little bit of that Spider-Woman cover he did where she's upside down. And it's in the rain. And it's just like a great mix of perspective. I also really enjoy his Supergirl or his Power Girl cover where she's like in the plane or whatever. Was it JSA Classified #1? I'm looking up at it. So, yeah, I really love that cover too because of the angle that he put. So when he sets his mind to it, I mean, you can see in the background the cars and how far away they are. It's so good. It's just a well done cover. Love the perspective on this. And it's one of my favorite Adam Hughes covers from a perspective standpoint that he's done. So I'm totally digging that. It's just fantastic. You got the whip swinging. That's great. Way to go, Adam Hughes. That's good. That is what I want to see. I know you can't do it on every cover, realistically, but that's what I want to see. That is just amazing, and it's one of the reasons that Adam Hughes is at near top of my list favorite artists. He's in the top 5. It's because of stuff like this. Just absolutely fantastic. That's our haul, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. I am Bub. This is Bub's World. Go buy comics at mycomicshop.com down below. Don't leave me there by myself to get all the good deals. It's great stuff. It's absolutely great stuff. This is a DC haul. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Appreciate that. And we will catch you next time in Bub's World. Remember to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.